Maroon 5, Sugar, taking us to 2:12 p.m. East Africa time. Good afternoon, Hero Radio 99.0 for a fresh breath of music. And Nakuru most popular radio station, this is Hero Drive with me, Kate Vobic, and DJ CJ. And hashtag the Vobics Palace. I'm privileged to have Dr. Love, Councillor Sam.
Thank you.
Karibu sana, now you're relaxed.
Wow, I feel so good. You know, every time I think about this show, I just feel some passion, a lot of passion for it. And I think I just love the way Hero Radio, embraces its listeners. And honestly speaking, wow, we're having a great following.
Okay.
Yeah, this show is really
by the way,
winning
thank you
a lot
so
of
much.
following.
Already we have I think
1700 on our page.
Yes, on our page, and it was just opened the other day.
Yeah.
So that's nice. Go like the page. That is Vobics Palace, and you will learn more there because people are interacting. And even when we are not going on air on Wednesday, everything we write it there.
Sure.
So, Dr. Love, what paralyzes relationship?
Kate, I really don't know where to start, but I obviously will have to start somewhere.
Yes, and maybe just to tell the listeners, we're going to have part 1 and part 2 of this because it's long. So today and next Wednesday.
Yeah, because honestly speaking, so many things paralyze love. And everybody wants their love to work. They want the best out of each of their partners. And so basically when they don't understand exactly what ails the relationship, then they end up blaming each other.
Yeah.
I think the core mandate of us having this show is just to enable these people enjoy the process of loving one another. And so today I'll be talking about what exactly paralyzes relationships, or in another word, what are relationships turn-offs, what makes relationships never work. And we are going to touch on quite a number of areas, and one of them is about insecurity and jealousy. Now, when two people are in love, you realize that they will grow closer to a point where they feel they need to always be together. They develop what we call a craving. So when they develop that craving, you realize each one of them starts creating limits for each one of them. So basically, limitations are made, yet you forget very easily that both of you are social beings. You still need to interact with other people in the society. So you will find a man, he used to relate with both gender, both the gender, but now because he has a girlfriend, he will stop relating with ladies. Or you'll find a lady who used to really relate well with men, now stopping to relate with men because now she has a boyfriend. Now, where does insecurity come in? It comes in when now this person does things that make the lady feel like she's not very important. That is it's a guy flirts around with ladies just anyhowly. It makes the lady feel insecure. If it is a lady, she has all the time for the other men and not necessarily his man. So it makes the man become insecure.
So maybe before you continue, don't you think that's a nice jealousy? Because if I crave for my man, although in the other way it's wrong, because I will segment myself into one person and neglect Akina CJ and Akina Dr. Love.
No, where the insecurity comes in is when, let's say, for example, Kate, you are my girlfriend, but you still relate so well with CJ to a point where I feel like you don't have time for me. Then I'll start feeling insecure. That is when I'll start creating or developing limits for you. I don't want to see you with CJ. I don't want to see you with so and so. And so for that, I forget that even before I started dating you, CJ was your friend. You see? And then from now that insecurity, then you have now the issue of jealousy coming in.
Okay.
That is where now you start arguing. Why do you have so much time for CJ? Why do I have so much time for Kate? You
why
start.
Why
are you hugging ladies and all this?
You
seem like you're so happy when you're around these people. Why don't you do the same to me? So it means now you started developing jealousy.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you start arguing that, it crowds the initial aim of you being together, and therefore you start quarreling. So basically, insecurity and jealousy, as you work around your relationship, try to ensure you understand how you relate with other people outside there, and when does jealousy start creeping in, so that at least you can control it.
Wow, that's nice. So still working out with what paralyzes relationship. One, we've been told insecurity and jealousy. Two?
Number 2 is bad mouthing.
It happens.
It does happen.
In relationships.
You know, yeah, it does happen. You realize when people are together and they love each other, they will obviously notice the many flaws that each one of them has. When I talk about flaws, I'm talking about the weaknesses. So rather than a lady keeping to herself the weaknesses of her boyfriend, she shares the same with her friends, or the guy shares the same with his boyfriends. So you realize when any one of them come to realize that his flaws or her flaws are being spoken out there with the third parties, now they feel bad. That is bad mouthing. The other thing is about talking ill or talking bad about the relatives of your partner. Basically, it's always good for you to know you're not marrying the family, you're marrying this guy or you're marrying this lady. So if the mother-in-law or the father-in-law have their issues, that is them. Stop bringing their issues into your relationship. Because when you bring in those issues, you start comparisons. Why aren't your parents like my parents? Why aren't your parents doing this while my parents do this? So what happens is, it is interpreted as bad mouthing. You're talking bad of the parents of the other side or the relatives of the other side. So basically, it's good when you're in a relationship, appreciate these people the way they are. No matter the flaws, appreciate them the way they are. Because you're going to become part of them. And if you think you are so good, then become part of them, help them become better people.
Okay, appreciating them, does that mean I tolerate them even when they're wrong?
You tolerate them, and when they are wrong, just find a way in which you can approach them and make them understand whatever they're doing is wrong to
in a polite manner.
In a very polite manner and in a very respectable way. Yeah, so it helps you grow that relationship. Because remember, as your relationship grows, you'll also become an in-law to someone, to your daughters or whatever. So basically, whatever you don't want to happen to you in future, don't do it now.
Okay. Yeah. So we are going on. Well, before we go to music break, can you go to number 3?
Boundary issues. Boundary issues are, like, Kate, when I start dating you today, you have your life. I have to respect it the way it is. The new changes that I'm going to bring have to be new changes that are healthy for our relationship, not changes to make you now change from whom you have been. Okay? So when I talk about your life, there are things you've been doing independently. Maybe you've been going out, you've been like sharing your time with your friends. So when I start becoming involved in your life, I will only tell you what areas I need you to like work on so that you can give our relationship enough time. Boundary issues comes when you get so much involved, like you are trying to police your partner. Every time you are on a phone calling, where are you? Whom are you with? What are you doing? Why didn't you pick my call? What is happening with you? You make these people become so insecure. You make them even start getting irritated with the kind of concern. Okay, it is good to be concerned. But when you go to the extremes, then you're breaking the rule of the boundaries. Try to limit the boundaries. Don't wait until your partner tells you, now you've gone too far. Please give me my space. Just learn. Try to understand that they also need their space to do their stuff.
You expound more on boundaries, because when you talk about boundaries, people think about calls and hanging out with friends. It's too late. Who are you with? Maybe in the house. Can boundary affect our relationship?
Definitely it can, because when you're in the house, maybe there is a time the woman will want her time to meditate about her issues over the day. So the man has to learn that, okay, now my wife or my woman needs her time. Maybe the guy needs to work on something just for him to feel good. Allow him. Give him that space. Don't be so involved. If he doesn't invite you, allow him to be, as long as it is done in a good way.
Okay. Yeah. So are you trying to say that if I'm married or if I'm dating this guy, once in a while I should allow boys out and he should allow girls out there? Or
okay, honestly, yeah, like deep inside me, as old as I look, there is a small boy in me that needs to play around, needs to associate with my fellow boys. So when I'm out there and I'm with my fellow boys, I feel good. So allow me to do that. There is a small girl in you who needs like to go out there, jump around, play around, talk so much with the fellow, small girls out there. So basically, when we allow each other that space, actually we grow more healthier. Because what happens when you come back home, you'll have something more interesting to share with me about what transpired in your outing there.
So thank you so much, Dr. Love. Remember, to the listeners, we're talking about what paralyzes relationship: 1, insecurity and jealous; 2, bad mouthing; and 3, boundary issues. We are coming back to capitalize on the rest. As we said, it's part 1 of what paralyzes relationship. Any question, any concern, 0708 13 13 35 or 0713 999 227. Keep it Hero Drive. Very good afternoon to you. My name is Kate Vobic, and I'm joined by Dr. Love.
Council of Sam here.
People asking, is this guy really married? And let's leave that for now.
Honestly, Kate, if I was to tell them, they'll even get shocked. I've been like in in marriage for 2 decades now.
Wow. Someone is saying your wife is the luckiest lady.
I think I'm the luckiest
to have her. Okay. We will come one of these fine days and have Vobics Palace that will be talking about you. So just to say, 25th of July, we have something, hashtag the Vobics Palace. And today, that day we'll know your wife.
Sure.
Because she has to be there.
I will come with her. I think she's one of the best ladies. She gives me many reasons to love her every day.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like falling in love again. Anyway, back to what we are talking about. What paralyzes relationship? Dr. Love has told us 1, insecurity and jealousy, and he explained. Number 2, bad mouthing, and number 3, boundary issues. So number 4. Sorry.
Now, Kate, this is one of the most serious areas. Actually, this is the most gray area that people never want to talk about. It's about withholding sex. That one is a turn-off.
CJ has smiled.
You see, when 2 people are in a relationship, basically it's always good for them to understand that they are sharing or they are connected emotionally. And so when they are sharing so much emotionally, then they tend to feel bad when they get annoyed. And you realize any of them can withhold sex. A lady can decide, because she's angry with the boy or the boyfriend, then she will not give in to sex. The guy can decide, when the lady wants me and I'm annoyed, but that rarely happens.
It's like
for
a
men,
punishment.
Yeah? It's like a punishment, yeah. So when they withhold sex, what happens is that they hurt each other so much to a point where we always will ask, is sex love and is love sex? So as we try to define these two, we realize that sex is a very important component in a relationship. Now, I want to stress, and I won't, I don't know how to emphasize enough.
Yeah.
I always advocate for sex in marriage, not outside marriage. Because I know it is in marriage that we'll enjoy it to the fullest. Now, now,
really?
Yeah.
CJ is now angry with you.
So now what I want to say is, when you are angry with your partner, kindly inform them about what has annoyed them. If annoyed you, if it is something they have done that has gone against your wish or your expectation, sit with them down and inform them. Do not wait until when they need sex. That's when you are withholding sex.
Let me interject you and ask you this, Dr. Lam.
Yeah.
When I'm angry with you, definitely sex needs to be something that relates with love and all that. I'm angry with you. There's something that you did and you really pissed me off.
Yeah.
We've tried talking about it, but I cannot take it out of my heart. Definitely. Do you think I'll give it to you good-heartedly?
And that is where you need to be very sincere. Tell your man that whatever you did really hurt me, and
so
until we reconcile, I feel like I'm not in for it.
Yes.
I won't help you by just lying down there and you do your stuff. Then when you're done, I'll be feeling like I'm used. Okay, I'm being used, like I'm a sex object. But for me to feel that I'm really having good sex with you, quality sex with you, kindly let us iron out this matter before we even go any further. Then number 2, when you're angry, it's also good to be honest with yourself. Because when you're angry, you hurt yourself more.
That's true.
So speak yourself out, express yourself openly, and don't use words that make make the other person feel like you need to make them more guilty for what they did. Maybe they did it without even knowing. Just let them know that whatever you did hurt me and I feel bad. Kindly, let's try to iron this out. If he's good enough, he will tell you, okay, my dear, I understand you and I actually feel what you're going through. And I feel so bad that I hurt you. I'm sorry. Then out of just the blues, you'll find yourself reconciling, kissing, and even having sex. And you really enjoy. Yeah, so it's always good for you to like talk to each other.
Questions have started popping. I think you just popped to where people wanted, but allow me not to pick questions from now. We'll do it later.
Yeah.
So that I want us to tackle 10 today.
Yeah, at
and
least,
then the other 10 next week. So we've tackled insecurity and jealousy, bad mouthing, boundary issues, and withholding sex. Number 5, Dr. Love.
Now, this is about compromises. You realize that in a relationship, both the partners have to like compromise about some few things. And when you feel like you don't need to really compromise, it turns off your partner. When like you are the only person who feels your partner should compromise, then it means you're taking advantage of them. It's always good for you to always know, what am I compromising in and for what benefit, so that it doesn't look like it's only one party that is compromising. Love works where there is compromise. It's a give and take. Yeah. So both of you need to like try to find out what is not working. Why is it not working? What is not right? What is wrong? Not about who is right and who is wrong.
What if this compromising situation is suppressing one person? Like, I'm always the one, mostly, and I'm not talking this as a lady, mostly you'll find that we will swallow our pride, we as ladies, and I just say that it's okay for the sake of this relationship because I love this dude, let us go on. But men will never.
You see, there's something I love about ladies. Ladies will go to any mile to ensure the relationship works. But men, they have a tendency of trusting much of what they are getting from outside, from the third parties, more than giving their ladies a chance to express themselves. I'm here as a man. I'm a man. I've seen my wife compromising a lot of things for me. But I also try to work so hard so that she also feels I'm trying to balance. Yeah, she doesn't feel oppressed, as you said. So what I need to tell my fellow men, and I'm not attacking them, I'm just trying to tell them, a relationship will work when you know and you have that passion to make it work. You need to compromise. You need to like allow your lady, as she makes compromises, you appreciate whatever she's compromising about. Because when a lady gives so much of herself, eventually she'll get worn out. Then she will change. You'll not have the lady you started dating. You'll even start saying she's bad. But who has caused all that? It's you, because of your rigidity.
Okay, I don't know if this will sound out of topic with compromising, but I met a lady who complained that my husband treats me like a kid in this way. My husband will utter a word. It will provoke me, and it's a very bad word. But he's very quick into correcting it, not saying sorry, but with action. Cook for me, bring me gifts and all that, but will never say sorry. Do you think compromising is coming there?
That is where now compromising is jeopardized, and this man becomes manipulative.
Yep.
Like when you manipulate your partner, you don't respect them. I can say that for sure.
Yes.
It is always good to respect your partner, no matter what they are, who they are, and however they are. Because if you don't respect them, then why are you having them in your life? So rather than manipulating them and exploiting them through use of invalidation, like you just said, that is invalidating someone. And when you invalidate someone, you make them feel stupid. You make them feel crazy. You make them feel like they are not important. And is that really what you really dated this lady for? Is that why you married that lady, so that you can always be manipulating her? If you want to be in control, be wise enough. Take control in a very wise way by being the leader. Make the right decisions, and this lady will just accept and follow you, because honestly, the man is the leader.
Yes, and we are bound to submit.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Compromising. Number 6, before we go for music break.
Now, the number 6 is about taking the third party's opinion. Yeah, you realize that after
taking what?
A third party's opinion, you are together as partners, but every time you are having a discussion or you want to do something, you are quick to say, I heard someone say this is not right, disregarding your own partner. Like the opinions your partner is giving, you totally disregard them, and you follow so much about what you're being told by a third party.
So does that happen when you're talking one-on-one with your wife, or when maybe it's me, I'm your girlfriend, and there's me, you, and CJ, and then you keep picking what CJ is saying, or it can even happen.
It can be either way. For instance, we are together.
Yeah.
And for instance, I want to buy you a dress. You're my wife. Yeah. And then when I tell you I love red colors, you tell me I had ladies saying blue works better.
Wow.
Now you turn me off. I will not even buy that red dress. Or we are together, me, you, and CJ. We are talking, but you keep or you give so much attention to what CJ is saying, and he's not your partner.
Yep.
But you listen so much to him to a point where I feel disregarded.
I think what's affecting that, Dr. Love, taking a third party opinion, is this BFF attitude. I had someone, best friend. Someone said this, a friend of mine, a guy said, me, I have a BFF who is not my wife.
Yeah.
And I can sleep with my BFF and nothing happens. And my wife has to know that my BFF is close to me.
But let me tell you today, Kate, when you start having connections with your BFFs, as you call them, there's what we call emotional infidelity. When you start feeling you are so safe with your BFF and you disregard your partner, you're already taking the relationship to, like you're grinding the relationship to a death. Yeah. So basically, you have your BFF, but don't allow the opinions of your BFF control your relationship.
Yep.
Or just interpret what you want to become in your relationship. Respect your relationship the way it is. I will honestly say a relationship is a responsibility for the two, not for the third one. It is a responsibility for the two. Whatever you want your relationship to be like, work for it. Don't expect someone to come in. I'm Dr. Love. I'm giving all this information, but I can't come to tell you what your relationship should be. I'm only giving you some guidance. It's for you to take it or leave it, because it's you who knows what you want your relationship to be like.
Definitely.
However, the help of that relationship depends on the kind of actions, decisions, and opinions that you make. So if you're making rightful opinions, decisions out of your own understanding, not from someone else's, position or, guidance, then it means you're good. Yeah. But when you want to manipulate your partner, just keep on telling them that so and so said this and it is good for us. They will feel like they're not in the right place.
Thank you so much, Dr. Love. We'll be coming back after the music break. Well said, love is for two. The third one kills the sweetness.
Yeah.
And today we're talking about paralyzing relationship. One, insecurity and jealous, bad mouthing, boundary issues, withholding sex, compromising, and taking a third party's opinion. And when we come back, I'll be tackling your questions because there's so many so that they don't feel neglected. And then we'll go to number 7. So keep them coming on 0708 13 13 35 or call us on 0713 999 227. Keep it. The Vobics Palace. A lady who smiles so well, dances so well, and sings so well. She has a heart of gold. That is Melina. On my mind, taking us to 2:50 p.m. East Africa time. Definitely, you're listening to Hero Radio 99.0. Thank you so much for choosing Hero Drive, and to be precise, the Vobics Palace with me, Kate Vobic, and my love doctor,
Councillor Sam here.
And DJ CJ is still around since we do the show with him. So back to what we are talking about, what paralyzes relationship. Kindly allow me to go to some questions, and people have concerned. I'll try and check what people are saying. Someone is saying about jealousy. I think my husband is super jealous, and he cannot even allow me to be hugged by even a male relative. That's one. And then so many about sex. I say, Kate, unajua nini, wife yangu kila sana umangwa na kichwa when it comes to love, especially nikiwa nimemkosea ama nimemnyima do. So tackle the two and then we go to the rest.
Now, the first question is about jealousy.
Yes.
And when we think about jealousy, jealousy is an emotion, and it is normally developed out of observation and a belief. So when this lady says that her husband would not allow her to even be hugged by a relative, a male relative, then it's either the husband noticed something about whatever was transpiring. I don't want to just prejudge.
Judging.
However, I think the husband feels you don't need to be hugged because you are totally his. Yeah. And at times, such kind of jealous could not necessarily be jealous, but obsession. So what you need to do is for you two to sit down and talk about that issue, because it appears like the lady wants to be hugged. So it's good that you let your husband be aware that you need to be hugged by your male relatives, and it has no harm. You know, there is something that we miss out on some aspects about love, that a lady requires a lot of assurances. So the men, they also need to be assured that even if I get hugged by my cousin, by my uncle, it doesn't mean any harm to our relationship.
Before you get out of assurance, before you answer the other one, someone is saying, hi, Dr. Love and Kate Vobic. I find it so offensive. I think she was talking about sex, but connecting it with assurance. I find it so offensive when we are making love and then I ask my husband, are you enjoying? He will answer me 2 or 3 times, and when I ask more, he says, kwani unadhania kaa singekuwa na enjoy ningekuwa hapa?
Now,
sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
It's okay. That question gives, like, brings out a lot of issues that happen, in our bedrooms. And honestly, I'm actually happy about that listener who's really come out, because she's representing many others who go through the same problem. When you ask your husband whether he's enjoying, the first thing that you trigger in his mind is you are doubting whether he's feeling anything good.
Oops.
So, when you're doubting something and you verbalize it, it is interpreted loudly more than you could have just kept it to yourself.
But can't it be that I want assurance that you're enjoying?
You need to really seek for assurance when you're not actually in the act. Not when in the act. Because the moment, okay, let me tell you, men are wired to concentrate on one thing at a time. Okay? They are wired to concentrate on one thing at a time.
I think we as ladies, we really need to learn.
Because the moment your husband is not talking and he's really busy doing something, don't interrupt him. The moment you interrupt him,
to the extent of asking, baby, are you enjoying?
No, rather than asking, baby, are you enjoying? Hold him tight. And the moment you hold him tight, he knows that you're also enjoying something. He will look at you in the eye, and you will look at that look, and you will know this is a sexy look. This is a guy who is really feeling something. You don't need to verbalize some things. They affect the act itself. So the more you ask like 3 times up to the 4th time, then to him, he interprets you really doubt whether he's even feeling anything. So now you stop him from enjoying, and he becomes argumentative. He becomes combative.
And
are you ready to be defensive? That is the other thing you need to know. So one thing may lead to another. Now, about...
Okay, I'm just telling you the truth. I've learned that one.
Sure.
To me, if you ask me, that was a concern and assurance that maybe I want you to enjoy. So
if you want me to enjoy, call me baby. I'm feeling good. Continue saying those positive things rather than asking me questions. Not really kujipenda. It is the same as when you are really in the act and this person, the lady, is busy asking the guy, unakumbuka tuko na deni mahali fulani. It just turns the man off.
Okay.
Now, getting back to the question about jealousy, I would encourage this couple to just talk and let this lady should assure the husband that there is no harm with her being hugged by relatives, but she will control on how she's being hugged by friends. Because relatives are more closer. They don't mean any harm to your relationship. So just let your husband know so that he stops being insecure. On the other question about the lady who, who gets a headache whenever she's denied, I don't know, you said money and
denied sex.
Yeah. You see, like, I always tell guys, try to really understand your partners and try to understand the circumstances surrounding your relationship. Because if your guy doesn't have money to give you, try to ask from him, seek from him, so that he can give you details of why he's lacking the money. You may want so much and he can't provide that much. And the other thing is, rather than you developing a headache, when you start being so obsessive with some things, you'll develop some hysterias and headaches. So for you to avoid these things from happening to you, keep on talking, talk to each other all the time. And actually, it is being captured in one of the issues that we are talking about here, relationship tunnels. When you don't talk, then it means you're denying yourselves an opportunity to learn from each other. When you talk, you give yourself a chance to build your relationship more.
Okay.
Talk, sit down, tell your husband, I need money for these purposes.
Okay.
Please get it for me.
Okay.
Rather than start blaming him that he's not providing and you develop a headache.
Okay.
Eventually, you'll be suffering alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, but maybe quickly, someone is saying, hi, Kate and Dr. Love. Aki, please, briefly, Rudia, the 6th paralysis relationship. Aki, I was busy, Kiasi, please repeat. So please, I'm begging you, time is not on our side, Dr. Love. Just do it on a very fast note. I want us to reach number 10.
I think number 6 was about the third. The third opinion. The third opinion. When we talked about the third opinion, it's about bringing in issues or opinions of the third party into your relationship and making your relationship look like it's being run by a third party's opinion. Basically, like I said, a relationship is a responsibility for you too. The other person, the third party, kills the sweetness.
Yep.
So everything they tell you, in as much as it may contribute to your growth, don't make it look like your relationship dwells on what they say more than what both of you discuss about your relationship.
Let's go to number 7.
Now, number 7 is about bad listening. Bad listening is where, rather than you find couples as they discuss or like they are having issues among themselves, rather than you listening keenly and attentively to what is being said, you are busy trying to look for an answer. So what happens is you'll keep on interrupting, and there is nothing that hurts more than you are giving a statement and someone keeps interrupting. Yeah, that means you're a bad listener.
I've just connected it now. You enjoy.
Then you interrupt.
Yeah.
You see, when you're listening, take your time, listen carefully, attentively, so that you can understand. There's no way you can give a right answer if you don't understand what was said.
So by listening, are you talking about paying attention, or there are two types of bad listening? You're talking to me and I'm doing something else, or you're talking to me and then in between I keep referring you to what you had said.
Actually, it's not actually referring me to what I had said. It's about interrupting. You have already developed an answer prematurely. Okay, I'm trying to explain something, and you already have an answer. You have already gotten an answer from I don't know where. So you interrupt me and you make me feel like, okay, because you are too much no, then talk.
Endelea.
We endelea. Wacha mini nyamaze. And eventually, I'll not have explained anything. I'll end up being irritated.
Okay, so you mean interjecting with answers that
Good.
maybe...
Yeah, and comments that, are invariably...
Number 8.
Yeah. So it's always good to give your partner time. When they're talking or they're explaining something, allow them that time. Always remember to ask them, are you done, my dear?
Yeah.
So that at least now you can start talking. At least it will show some level of concern, some level of understanding, some level of maturity. Even if you are angry, just control your anger, because it is in you, it is not in him. Control your anger. Wait, listen. He has a good explanation to give. If it doesn't give you enough justification, ask more questions, and you'll continue understanding each other. Yeah.
The next one.
The other thing is about cruel ego boosts. Yeah, they are called cruel
Today
ego
you have
boosts.
words. Cruel what?
Ego boosts. I am your man, you are my lady, but I'm quick to compliment someone else in your presence, yet I don't compliment you. That is a cruel ego boost. If you're looking smart, I should tell you look smart even in front of people. If I need you to change something, I should be polite enough to tell you, kindly, my dear, change this. Rather than wait when we are so many of us or 3 of us, that's when I'm telling the other person, you look so handsome, yet you don't even tell your man he's handsome. That is a cruel ego boost. You make him get hurt. Yeah, and it really makes someone feel bad.
Maybe can it be a sense of passing, or rather a touch of passing information? Maybe I'm tired with you, or I'm trying to say there's something wrong between us. Because if I can tell, if you are my guy and I tell CJ, wow, you're so handsome, and it has taken a while before telling you, don't you think I'm passing a message?
It's actually passing a message,
Yes.
but in the wrong way.
Yeah.
You should have told me, that I need to work on myself so that I can look handsome, rather than use an indirect way of telling me. And, like a sex, like he's a man like me. So it's like you're comparing me to him.
Yeah, so
And
I
so
prefer him
you
than
prefer
you.
him than me. That is that hurts the relationship so much, in as much as it hurts the individual. So try to control these cruel ego boosts that people do, like stop complimenting others. If you want to compliment them alone. Or first of all, start with your partner. Start with your partner. It all starts with your partner.
Or even try and avoid complimenting men in front of your man and vice versa.
The only thing that you should try to do is don't pretend. Be honest with yourself, okay? So that when you compliment, it is a genuine compliment given to your partner and also to your friends. Because honestly speaking, when you compliment someone disregarding your partner, that is where now the disconnect comes in. That is where the interpretation is totally now distorted. But when you do it in a right way, I have a guy who's really handsome. You also look handsome. It makes your guy feel good. But when you compliment someone and you don't compliment your partner, it means you don't even value them. They're useless to you.
Since time is not on our side, can we tackle the last two?
Now,
and the rest bunch we'll do next week?
Then there is the silent treatment.
Cold War.
When I eat a Cold War, Russia and America. So when you treat your partner in a way that suggests you are angry but you don't want to express yourself, you just keep quiet. It hurts the relationship. And you realize it even creates more withdrawals more than deposits. When I talk about withdrawal, you make your partner withdraw, look for someone who can actually fill the gap that you are leaving. And when they do that, they become emotionally detached from you. So when someone becomes emotionally detached from you, for you to win them back, it's another stressful process. So rather than keeping silent or treating them in a way that they feel like they are absent, they are not present, they are not there with you, you're just silent. Like you'll hear some couple saying, we've been like together for a whole month, we've not been talking. Why? Because an issue that happened, I feel like if I talk to him, it will just ruin the situation. Talk. Express it openly so that it ruins the situation for the better, rather than keep it to yourself.
But they say silence is the best way of dealing maybe with things. Maybe I'm just quiet because I don't want to utter bad words to you. Can I be silent in that silent treatment?
You see, silence can come in two ways. You are silent because you want to to meditate. You are silent because you want to make the other person feel they are not supposed to talk to you. Okay? So if I know you are silent because you are thinking through over something, I'll allow you to be silent. Maybe there is nothing important we can talk, or even if there is, we can always adjourn it and discuss about it some other time. But if you're using silence to punish the other person, then that one is not the right one.
Okay, last but not least.
Now we have the pushy behavior. Where you are so pushy. Everything that you do is right, but everything the other person does is wrong. You dominate the relationship. You want him to do everything for you. She wants she wants you to do everything for her, and anytime you fail to do it, she's always throwing tantrums. It hurts the relationship. Try to ensure that you balance. You want something, inform him. Let him do it at his own pace, if at all it's not so urgent. If it is urgent, remember always to say it's urgent. I need it done urgently, so at least he can attend to it. If it is something you need your lady to do, tell her. Don't push. When you become a bully in the relationship, then it means you're some sort of like not caring enough. And people need care, people need kindness, and they need you to be polite and humble. Love is all about those being humble, being kind, taking care of your partner, and that shows a lot of love. But when you're a bully, then you're just showing some sort of like a different person from whom they expect.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Love. We've learned a lot. Just to give a recap of what we were talking about, what paralyzes relationship, and the part B will continue next Wednesday. Time was not on our side. There were 20, but we tackled 10 today. So that is insecurity and jealousy, bad mouthing, boundary issues, withholding sex, compromising, taking a third party opinion, bad listening, cruel ego boost, silent treatment, and pushy behaviors.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Dr. Love. And to the listeners, go like our page. That is the Vobics Palace. And we are working on some things, and you'll get this recording there. The interaction. And if I didn't tackle your question, I'm very sorry. Time was not on our side.
They can always post those questions on Facebook. We can talk about them. We can interact from there. And actually, also they can reach us through our numbers. My number is 0723 793 414. And having said that, let me appreciate all those who have been texting me, and I've tried as much as I can to help them. Some of them have even gone to an extent of inviting me. We've met with quite a number. I want to appreciate Aida Wanjiru, the Chinese girl, akiwa pale kwa DJ Afro, akina Simon na Monse wakiwa Bizlink. Thank you for tuning in. It's you guys who make us, like flourish and blossom.
Definitely go like our page, that's the Vobics Palace, and every interaction can happen there. Dr. Love will answer your questions there. Thank you so much, Dr. Love.
Thank you
for
to
your
Kate,
time.
and remain beautiful as you always are.
Thank you so much. And to the listeners, I'm coming back with the Urban Trend Jam of the day. I have to. Today we are going head to head. That is courtesy of my DJ CJ. Told me today you have to do it gospel style. So I'm going with Willie Paul and Bahati. So Bahati Lava and Willie Paul Vigelegele. Which one is your Urban Trend Jam of the day? And exactly 3:30, I'm coming with Doom News. Keep it to Radio 99.0 Hero Drive.